Okay, here we are into the month of August. Welcome to my first of the month missive that I like to send your way to let you know what is happening over here at Good Food and You. I'm Luka, I'm your holistic nutrition practitioner, and I sure hope that this email finds you in the midst of a delightful summer, rollicking good time, and also relaxing good time. May the weeks that still lay ahead of us bring some swings in the hammock, some immersing into different bodies of water, river, lake, ocean, whatever it takes, and that you are finding your way through the wildness. Now, my name is Luka Simmons. As always, I'm here with your where to expect things in the month of August. So I am following suit of what the energetics are of the season, of the dreaming and the imagining and the kind of seeing what comes. I just think of summer as this time where the earth is in dream state, and the flowers and the plants and the fruit and everything that's coming up is kind of an expression of all of the hard work and the going inwards that happened during those winter seasons. And this is where there is that notion of letting go and of going, of allowing that hovering halcyon kind of, right? Like that sort of energetic of the season to be taking over. So I'm doing a lot of dreaming right now and a lot of contemplating how to build what it is I offer for clients and for people who want some nutrition support. On that note, there will be a bit of a shift to the Good Food Network in September. I'm changing my prices because I'm going to build two different versions of it. Both will have what's in the first version, which will be the majority of what has been in there. Access to on-demand classes where you can watch whenever you want. Access to live content and new stuff that gets added every week. And what else is in there? Printables, like recipes and ways to think about moving through the season. But I'm going to build a second tier. The second tier is going to have the ability to meet for these bi-weekly sessions. So a lot of people don't tend to use that feature in the network. So I hear ya. And I'm going to take it out and bring down the price so it's a little bit more affordable for some, with the hopes that you'll come and join us. So that's happening September 1st. So part of August is going to be to organize that. Now, in the meantime, I do have a couple of things coming up in August that I wanted to draw your attention to. Now, in traditional Chinese medicine circles, the summer months are typically ones where we would look after the heart, the cardiovascular system. So that's what I've been focusing on for this last month of July, and we're continuing on into August. And I have a class coming up on August 23rd. I have to have it in front of me because I'll never remember. The Reclaim Ancestral Wisdom for Heart Health class. So this is where we're going to dive into how ancestral wisdom, traditions, the food traditions of those who came before us, and how well they can serve us when we are looking to protect our cardiovascular system. Whether you have a diagnosed cardiovascular issues, 1 in 12 in Canada are estimated to have a diagnosis of cardiovascular issues, or whether you have a history in your family of heart or stroke issues. So here we're talking cholesterol. We're talking high or low blood pressure. That's for you, honey. We are talking about varicose veins. We are talking about blood clotting issues, perhaps embolisms, God forbid. Oh, God forbid, God forbid. Any type of plaque buildup. Atherosclerosis is the proper name of it. Those kinds of things we are going to be addressing in this one class and talking about how this reclaiming of ancestral wisdom is where the secret lies. And the goal is at the end of this class that you're going to be able to make your own decisions and have those tools to know in a moment, geez, what do I pick? I feel like if I pick that, I'm doing something wrong. And if I go that route, I can't remember, is that the route? I'm going to give you tips on how to know and those life hacks to make it really easy, and they will be applicable to heart health. Here's the secret. When we're talking heart health, what drives it is inflammation. Inflammation is what drives all chronic diseases. So if you wanted to attend this class, we're talking about reclaiming ancestral wisdom for heart, but it's really in the guise of reducing inflammation, so it's good for everyone. So these are the kinds of things that just light me up and that show me that, it's in this day and age when we have this increasing chances of developing all of these chronic diseases, the choices we make in feeding ourselves day to day is quite possibly one of the most revolutionary acts you can do. And this ancestral wisdom piece is what I'm going to be sharing in this class. So it's a probably 90-minute class, thereabouts. There's a Q&A involved. It's $25 to attend. There's not even a slideshow. There is a worksheet so you could jot down notes. There's going to be a couple of recipes, of course. So if you wanted to join us for that, I'm going to drop the link just below this video. So that's going to be option 1. And that is going to be the Reclaim Ancestral Wisdom for Heart Health class. So that's the first thing I wanted to let you know. Again, it's happening on Wednesday, August 23rd at 9 a.m. You can join us live. I encourage you to, as a matter of fact. Call in sick that morning and then just go to work at lunch because you had an appointment earlier in the day. I'm on Team U. And if you can't join us live because you absolutely have to go to work, I won't get mad if you play hooky. But if you absolutely cannot join us for the live class, you can totally catch the replay. You'll have a week to do so. So that is happening on August 23rd. And that would be a really great class for anybody who has been hovering around and saying, I kind of like what you're talking about, Luka, but I've never taken a class with you. I don't really know what this whole food and nutrition bit is and how it can help my health. I'm curious to know, but I don't know where to start. This is a class for you. So come and join us on the 23rd. That's going to be option 1 just below. There's a link to it. You can register through there. Second thing that I'm doing, we are talking about heart health this month. And I have a couple of different things that I'll be doing. We have the recipes of the month, and those are available all the time. You can register for those whenever you wish. I'm going to drop your recipe subscription link below, and that's going to be option number 2. So in the recipe subscription, you get 5 recipes a month. And you get them the day you start. So I tend to try to get to you within 24 hours because it's not automated yet, that piece when you register. But if you wanted to get, it's 5 recipes a month. They are always anti-inflammatory. I always include a low histamine option simply because so many of my clientele actually struggle with histamine issues. And they're all anti-inflammatory. So it's for everybody. I include dairy, I include ancestral wisdom foods. The only restriction is if you're in a current histamine flare, then I give you some tips on how to use these, how to change the recipe to make it applicable to you. That's it. It's all real food, honey. It's all real food. Okay, so the recipes of the month for the month of August are, number 1, you get kale chip recipe because kale is coming up fast and furious in my garden. Number 2, you get fish with fennel and nigella, a really simple recipe that can be an easy weeknight dinner when you just don't feel like cooking very much. Fish is the original fast food, and these flavors are absolutely delicious and help support heart health. Third one, we have a whole sheet pan dinner for heart. Makes it easy to slap everything on a sheet pan, toss it into the oven. It's breaded turkey or chicken cutlets, if you will, with a few veggies. Then we have how to make your own fermented hot sauce as one of the recipes, because I'm going to share those traditional wisdom pieces. And fermented hot sauce, can I tell you how good it is for your heart? Lastly, but certainly not least, we have a recipe for breakfast soup. Breakfast soup is one of those things that I like to pull out when the heat is too much and I just don't feel like even turning on the stove to cook an egg for 3 minutes. Breakfast soup to the rescue. So these are the recipes for August. If you're interested in signing up for the recipe subscription, that will be option number 2 below. The cost is $5 a month. So then you can get them every first of the month from here till the end of the year. Third piece I'm talking about is the Good Food Network. Good Food Network, we are talking about the heart all month long again. And when you join the network, you have instant access to a lot of different things. Now, there's a couple of different moving parts. You have on-demand content, live content, and written content that you can print. So you can think of it as a smorgasbord. You get to pick and choose what you want to put on your plate. Do you take everything on your plate? You certainly can. but you don't have to. So the on-demand or the recipe content, the printables, you get all the recipes I just talked about, plus a handout and some instructions on how to move through the seasons and which kinds of foods would be beneficial in this time of year, and some ideas too on how to move energetically through the season. So that's the written content. There's also a little bit on a weekly food challenge that I do in there, and some more instructions and ideas and sort of fleshing that out. Now, the live content, there's a couple of different things. There's at least one session every week. So we start with the Thursday morning sessions. They're about half hour in length, and they are on the spot, one topic related to the heart for the month of August. The first week, we're talking about cholesterol. The second week, we're talking about free radical damage and how it impacts your heart. Then we talk about the 3 best foods to reach for your heart. We then, in week 4, talk about 3 things to do to balance your blood pressure. Then we get into 3 best lifestyle tips for your heart. So those are all practical to-do things that give you your to-do list, on how to move forward, especially if you're wanting to support your heart. So those happen once a week on Thursday mornings. The other live stuff is that Reclaim Ancestral Wisdom for Heart Health class. Those are in the network. They get access to that as well. It's included in the price. We also have bi-weekly office hours, and those happen 2 Tuesdays in the month of August, where you get to come in and ask questions. This past week, I actually had one of the gals in the network. We turned the entire session, because she was the only one who showed up, into a full-on one-on-one consult with recommendations I sent her in an email after we met. So those are the kinds of happenings that take place in the Good Food Network. That's the live stuff. Now, there's also recorded stuff or on demand. You can think of it as a streaming service. There's a cooking class. We're talking about salads in the month of August. 90-minute class that I did with my kid, which is kind of fun. There's a 2-hour class called the Vitality Heart. And Vitality Heart is actually also a standalone class, which costs the same price as the network. But you have access to it in the network. So if you want to join the network, that's where you'll find it. What else is in there? Oh, and we have a class on going sprouted. So the importance of going sprouted, and that will be a really beneficial piece with that ancestral wisdom that we'll be talking about all month long. So those are the things that are on offer when you join the Good Food Network. So I'd be curious to know from you, is there anything in this list that interests you? And do you find yourself scratching your head going, I think I might want to, but I'm not exactly sure? Then I'm going to tell you option number 4 below this is to book in for a free discovery call. It's 15 minutes and we'll discover what it is you need. And together we can come together with a plan on how to move forward. And I can connect you with the resources you need, the links you need, whatever it is that you need. Because sometimes figuring things out feels really overwhelming in this world. So I'm here to help you figure that out. So option number 4 below here, book in for that free chat and let's get you set up with the resources you need to make you go forward in good health. Yeah. So 4 links below. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to book in for any of those? I know I have been remiss in sending my mid-month emails where I wax and wane on different topics, but I am taking the summer off from those because I am actually over at Histamine Haven. We are building a subscription service, and it is gargantuan task. It is becoming such a big thing that is requiring a lot of preparation for us to be able to launch it. So we've actually had to hire someone to help us because it's just too much. So that's what I'm working on behind the scenes. I feel like I am planting a garden with my colleague Tracy, and we are hoping to reap the benefits of it at some point in the future. So in the meantime, it just means I have to scale back how much free stuff I'm putting out. So you've seen a reduction in the social media presence, and you'll see a reduction in the newsletter stuff. But I wanted to pop in and let you know I'm still here. I'm still plugging away at things. And if ever you need any support for any type of health-related things or food-related things, please reach out. Let's get you the resources you need so you can be successful. So you can know, without a doubt, now I've got this in the pocket. I know how to feed myself, because the power of the fork is pretty huge. What you feed yourself has a really big sway and say in how you're going to feel day to day. And I'm a big believer in small steps and in that consistency as your superpower. So let's build that consistency for you. Reach out. I look forward to talking with you. In the meantime, may you have a delightful August with late nights in the backyard watching movies with your favorite people, heading to the beach with new friends, making new memories in your travels, wherever you end up. I do hope you keep well. And we'll see you again back on September 1st here at Good Food and You. Take care. Salut. À bientôt.